Now, you didn't go to an acting conservatory. How did you learn? How did you?
Riffraff right
Huh?
here. Riffraff right here. I went to Albany State, and I went there to study business and accounting at that point. And then I ended up, my dream was to be an actor since I was a child. I can't explain why. Maybe it has something to do with being the youngest and needing to grab more attention. But I always wanted that. I never really got we're from the South Bronx projects. A lot was going on. There was no one to really kind of point me in the direction.
Right.
And so finally, when I went to school, my boyfriend at the time was like, "You got to do something that'll help you make a living because no one wants to see a short, chubby Latina." Thank you for that. And I have been doing everything to spite him ever since. And that's how I ended up changing my major to theater while I was there. Me and Stephen Adley Girgis, the Pulitzer Prize playwright, became buddies. We're in the same class. And somehow, with our journeys crossing over several decades, we've worked together, and it's gotten me some recognition. And
Well, I would say incredible recognition because let's talk about that. Between Riverside and Crazy, uh, Stephen Adley Gurgis. I didn't know you were in the same class in college.
Oh yeah, we know each other.
I
for a
didn't know that.
long time.
Well, you originated the role in the original production off Broadway in 2014, right? It was done again in 2015. Then you leap all these years to 2023 and you recreate the role on Broadway. How did that role change over all those years? Because you were there in that nascent stage when you were figuring out the play, and then you had this gestation period of 8-10 years?
8 years.
Yeah, before you do it again. Did it change?
Not a single word has changed.
Okay.
The play has.
Did you change?
I changed, and I
Yeah.
feel like I had more confidence in some choices, and hopefully it deepens. Hopefully we can find a way, or I found a way to delve deeper into this character's humanity and desperation of her circumstances, but and still balance the con woman, and I think it got better.
Yeah.
The trust with me and Stephen McKinley Henderson, who himself was nominated for Best Actor, Tony. I just love him, and the trust is deeper. Our shorthand is deeper.
But let's talk about that. So you did it off Broadway twice and then on Broadway. And when you say the character deepened, do you mean you just find new dimensions to the character or deeper emotions? For a non-actor, what does that mean? If somebody's
Well, there's the thing about Stephen Girgis's plays are he is inspired by the people we ride the subway with.
right.
And they're not often the people who are gracing the covers of magazines. They're the disenfranchised. They're the forgotten. They're the invisible, and he'll write them in a way that it's really easy for someone who isn't judging and dismissive to make them cartoonish, to make them unlikable, to just play whatever you think the joke is. And his writing is the opposite. The more you play the truth and specificity, then it's funny.
Right.
Then it reaches, then it becomes universal. And so having had that relationship with him, I know that audiences are going to have every reason to not like my character. And like all the characters I play in this.
You're a pretty tough cookie. You play a pretty
But they're very
tough.
flawed, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
they have,
That's good.
They're flawed, and so I try not to judge characters. But you got to give me something to work with, and he certainly does. And to find what forces a person to do ugly things.
The
And
why, the why
and
behind.
the
Yeah.
why behind, exactly. And so if we're vulnerable enough and and I would just say, if you're vulnerable enough and you do the research and you try to personally put yourself in that person's shoes, then hopefully the world will have a better understanding and not instantly dismiss or not instantly expect to be entertained, and hopefully go to the bar after the show and argue about it.
Right.
And that's the kind of theater I'm
Do
attracted
you
to.
carry your character with you, or can you shake it off afterwards? Does it take you a little while? Or?
Well, if you ask my husband, I did a 6-month run of Our Lady of 121st Street, and it was rough. Like, my character was a violent, hurt person, and I kind of took it on. And David was like, "You need to stop acting like Norca. You're getting too far with this." And so, yeah,
You scared him. Hi, I'm Matt Williams. Welcome to the Glimpses YouTube channel. I hope you like, subscribe, and enjoy all the clips and episodes. Thanks so much.